EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. He may go. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Nix. Flush to his right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And they'll accept that penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing Nix. This is caught. Touchdown Broncos. Marvin Mims with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their 2nd possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
When you look at this Bronco defense, they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
2nd and 9 now. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
A throw out right, going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now it's Nix. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Off the play fake, Nix. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll send the tight end in motion. They run with Ford. And no room to run. Might have gotten a yard, that's all. Second down.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now 2nd and 9. The slot man in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete. Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Raiders nothing.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Raiders had a woeful 2-9 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a catch made by Walters. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, it will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And his kick here is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his pick catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Nix looking to throw again. They'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Cook is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they start at their own 7. And their defense got him the football with an interception. They tried out there, Charles, and the very first play, they give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
That's to Bowers once again. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Second and a couple.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Incomplete on the deep ball.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On third down, Stewart. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. In motion goes Walters. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the 2nd half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner,
and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Denver. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. He's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll go play action with Nix. Under pressure, they got him again. Max Crosby in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. 2nd and 6. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Wide open receiver complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. On play action, here's Nix. Rolling to his left. Got a man, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nix to the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Nix. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Nix.
On the move to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Maxx Crosby
in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
He'll air this one out from Mims. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle.
And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Calvin Austin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. A try here for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42. 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Stewart, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Nix from the shotgun. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35. It is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Oh, this is blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. Fights him off. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
they can get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to
coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big play there for Vegas.
43 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
In motion goes Walters. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
That's the gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Stewart. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Trayvon Harris on the tackle. A gain of 15. And the Broncos
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 75 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
On first down, Stewart. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Cook up the gut. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Stewart. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So this one will wind up a Denver